Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about one simple way to effectively trick your brain into thinking that you're disciplined. If you've ever struggled with finishing a task or found yourself cheating on your diet or had a hard time keeping a new routine, chances are you lack discipline. Nothing to be ashamed of. It happens to all of us. Failing at things we thought we set our minds to doesn't feel good. It can certainly be destructive in some cases, and more than anything, is insanely frustrating when we realize it. At its core, discipline is simply an exercise in willpower, pushing through the BS. What's the biggest enemy of discipline? Excuses. We all make them. We all know most of the time they are BS that we spread to try and make ourselves look better. Unfortunately, making excuses doesn't do anyone any favors, and contrary to what we had hoped, undermines our credibility. This goes not only for excuses we make to other people, but also to ourselves. Let's say we have made a commitment to be up every morning at 5 a.m. We make the first 2 mornings, but on the third morning we hit the snooze button and lay there to get that juicy extra 9 minutes of shut-eye. Alarm goes off again, snooze. After all, we've already broken our commitment. We justify it in our minds by thinking we deserve a little bit more rest. I didn't even get to bed until midnight anyway, or it's the weekend, I don't have to be up this early. We may even think something like, it's not like me sleeping in is hurting anyone else. Another example, if we're on a diet and we break that diet and go get some fast food, it's easy to say, I didn't have time to cook, and we absolve ourselves of the responsibility. We end up making these soft excuses that deteriorate our self-discipline. What happens over time is our confidence erodes and makes us depressed. Then the cycle starts again until we're so depressed that we can hardly function. The simple fix to this vicious cycle is very simple. Stop making excuses. Now, it's easy for people who have discipline to say, you need to be more disciplined. Stop making excuses without giving any actionable steps to get to that point. It's especially unhelpful when we're in a state of depression because at that stage, we need baby steps so that we can have little wins in order to build ourselves back up from the bottom. So how do we stop making excuses? First, we need to recognize when we're doing it. There's a good chance that you've been unaware of this habit as it's developed over the course of your life. The way you can begin to recognize these moments is to look back at an experience where you deferred responsibility. It might have been when you were late for work and you blamed traffic, or you forgot someone's birthday and didn't text or call, and later you blamed being so busy. Then try to see as much of your responsibility in the situation as possible. Get honest about your role. Be completely vulnerable with yourself in this step. Eliminate the original excuse and sit for a moment with the feeling of discomfort that would come with taking that responsibility. Next, visualize the scene in your mind, but instead of making an excuse, this time take full responsibility. For example, if you were late for work and your excuse was, sorry I'm late, traffic was awful, your new line is, I apologize, I didn't give myself enough time when I left this morning. For the friend's birthday, instead of, sorry I didn't call on your actual birthday, I was swamped with work, blah blah blah, try, hey, happy belated birthday. I feel bad I missed the actual day, that's totally on me. Use your creativity when constructing these new phrases and be sure that you're not casually implying outside sources are really to blame. Some people think that by blaming themselves, it will destroy their self-esteem. Ironically, when done deliberately, this exercise actually builds it better than anything else. Obviously, if you're looking at every instance saying, ugh, I screwed up again, chalk up another bungle for me, or if you take this exercise as a way to beat yourself up and think that you can never do anything right, you will be doing more damage than good. This is about messing up and fixing it, development and adjustment. Once you have done this exercise of going back to prior experiences, you will begin to recognize it in real time because you took the time to train your mind to change the way you respond to those circumstances. You will notice yourself starting to make an excuse and will be able to stop before you even finish forming it. This actually makes you a stronger person. Why? Because when you take responsibility for the little things in your life, you begin to develop a thicker skin, so to speak, for even more important things. As this skill develops, someone can blame you for something, and you can easily take responsibility for your part and move forward instead of dwelling on it. If we are in the excuse-making mindset, we will argue. Someone casts blame and we need to defend ourselves and cast blame back. And then we let it bother us all day long after that. When we take responsibility, however, it's much easier just to move on with our day and not give it too much power. Learn from it and move on. These exercises will not only build your discipline, but also your personal responsibility. When you stop making excuses, you stop blaming outside factors for your shortcomings. It's only you now, and guess what? You can change you. So if you stop making excuses, you begin to train your mind to be disciplined. To recap, making excuses is a part of the human experience. Learning how to take responsibility is a necessary pain to be endured for those looking to have a more fulfilling life. Here are the 3 action steps that will help you stop making excuses and live a better life. 1. Remember times when you made excuses. 2. Get honest about your role. 3. Replay the part where you made an excuse, but this time take full responsibility. After a short time using this exercise, you will find yourself recognizing excuses before you make them. Instead of making an excuse, you simply recognize the fact that you failed, and then you ask yourself, what can I do differently so I succeed next time? That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you can be the first to watch new videos. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks.